So I was out the other day trying to take care of some projects at another place we have, and I brought a couple tools with me that I thought I'd need. It wasn't enough. I had to come back 2 or 3 times to finish the project because, of course, I didn't have all the tools in my truck. So got me thinking, why don't I just have a little toolbox in my truck? That way I always have some random odds and ends in there, and I'll never be, left high and dry again. So what I did was I was looking around. They have these, big old over the bed toolboxes. That's a little more than what I need. I don't need to carry a bunch of stuff in there. And I was trying to look around and see what kind of compartments inside my truck that are already there that are underutilized. So let's go check it out and see what I got. So thought about the glove box for a little bit, but I do keep stuff in there. I didn't really want to move any of this random stuff around. I thought maybe making an in the door type of small one, maybe in my little, armrest. Ew. Kids, look at all this stuff. In the back, let me show you. In the back, we have these under the seat, little cubbies, and there's a little bit of room in there with a jack. I just took these out. There's one on that side, but they're kind of funny shaped. They're not really square. They have these little cutouts, and they have stuff in them. So I remembered I have this little area in the back. It's these side cubbies. I don't really have. It's just one. There's not one on that side. So I don't really keep anything in here. It's just an empty void. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fill that up with usefulness. All right, so the first step is defining the material. I don't want to spend any money, so we're going to use scraps. I do have a whole scrap pile over here, so I was thinking about planing down some, 3/4 inch boards. Got some cedar fence boards that I thought might work, but I got some packaging the other day, and it had this 1/4 inch ply, so I think that'll be pretty sufficient for a little toolbox. So let's go take some measurements and start cutting stuff up. So I mocked this up real quick in CAD. Cardboard aided design, obviously. So I think that's about what I'm looking for. It's going to be just a minimal box, just take it, pull it out, open it up, you got some stuff in there, So just a box. So I'm really bad at measuring. So what's easier for me is to make a quick prototype, see if it fits in the tailgate, and then just use that. So for this, I'm not going to measure. I'm just going to wing it. I'm good at winging it. Let's measure. Hey, exactly 5. Dang. Okay, that's pretty good. Have faith in the process. But I'm not a complete animal, so we're going to use this thing. It's a Craig Jig straight cutting guide. They actually sent me this years ago, and it was pretty awesome. I used it all the time before I had a table saw, but now the table saw is under a pile of crap. Good enough. Lock it in. Let me clear this shit off, and then we'll cut a thing. Look at that. Let's do this other one. doing woodworking, I had all my tools set up and organized. I need to do that again. Get here. Alright, so after sanding and then realizing that these were too big, I had to cut them again, and now we're good to go. First things first, let's get some tape on these corners, edges, so that could hold the glue and all that. Let's see if this pin nailer will help at all. You ever just feel disappointed in yourself? Like you think you can do something and then in the middle of it, you're like, why? I should have hired somebody, you know? Alright, I cut this bottom piece just to see. Let's see if it'll fit. Oh yeah. Still got it. Let's glue it up and nail it up. Look at all this bullshit. These things go. I guess I should use shorter ones, but that's what I got. This one's like a crisscross. Damn it. Call me the not good enough woodworker. Or the, it'll do, woodworker. Alright, let's see if it fits in here. Come on. Alright, so it looks like it's wedged, so it's tapered, so it goes thinner in the back. There's a gap in the front, but it's tight in the back. So I think what I'm going to have to do is, when I cut the box in half for the lid for the hinge to open, I'm gonna have to take out a good, you know, half an inch or so in the middle. That way we can see. Hopefully it'll fit in there like that. Well, tired of screwing around, I dug the table saw out. So here's my table saw stand. I really need to do a good job in a straight cut, you know, to do a straight cut on this box. I don't want to screw it up even more. So that's what we're going to do. Okay? We're going to do it not half-assed, like 3/4 ass, to make sure it doesn't completely suck. Man, I feel like I'm gonna lose a finger or something. Alright, well, okay. I need to glue this back in there. Obviously it delaminated. But it's gonna do that. And I'm gonna chop off another half an inch or so. Hope I don't lose my fingers. Okay, here we are. Got the box cut. I even took out another half inch. It fits in there just perfectly. But see, my initial idea was to use this plywood because it has a lot of like chatoyance and it's got some cool grain. But the veneer was so thin and it just rips out, and now it looks like just a piece of shit, you know. So I need to figure out something to redeem myself. And I had this old vinyl suitcase. It's got this cool leather looking vinyl. And I'm thinking if I just wrap this whole thing in this vinyl, it might have a cool look to it and maybe redeem this garbage fire of a project. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and use some contact cement. I think that'll probably be the best thing to adhere the vinyl to the wood. So let's try this out. Liberal amount. I'm going to let that sit for a couple minutes. All right, I've got the back on. It's nice and secure, but I need to cut some areas here so that I can wrap the sides and the front and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and take a straight edge, cut some straight lines in all directions. Then I'll be able to wrap it a little easier. So what I did was I'm going to use the vinyl itself, and I'm not going to cut a seam on the back. So that will be the hinge. But what I am going to do is cut a seam along the front and the sides. I think it's around here somewhere. I need to do some exploratory cutting, and then I'll figure it out. I think it's about here. Okay. Okay. Boom. Of course, I'm going to reinforce the hinge with another piece, and then I might do some decorative screws with washers to, just reinforce that hinge. I also want to cover up these seams with a small strip. And it'll give a decorative element, and it'll prevent these from coming apart so easily. Correction. I was gonna put some stuff on the borders to make them look nice, but it ended up looking like garbage. So I'm gonna remove all the adhesive, and then I'm gonna take some super glue and run a bead up in the corners to reinforce. That should be good. Then I'm gonna have to work on a handle and some type of clasp. God damn it. Okay, this has been one screw up after another. I was trying to get the adhesive off, acetone. Dude, it's just taking all the antiquing off of the stuff. So now I've got to do the whole thing. I've got to remove everything so it doesn't look like garbage. It's been one screw up after another. I'm sticking in there. I'm determined to make this damn thing without screwing it up completely. black leather that wipe it down, goes out into the pieces. It's a little shiny now. Get some shellac over it. It's not real leather, so alright, we're all done. It is. Got a little strap so I can put it in there, pull it out, get what I need. What I'm putting in here is just some random odds and ends. We got some dikes, needle nose, razor, hammer, 2 screwdrivers, a file if I need it. I'm just gonna put some more stuff in as I need it, Allen screws, other kinds of random crap that I might need. This is just for when I'm on the go and I'm out at different places and I always forget the tools that I need. Here's a good little assortment of commonly used crap. Neighbors. There we go. Good tight fit. That's it. Thanks.